So hi everyone, this is the first collective reading I'm going to go. I am not sure how I'm going to deliver it. I might do it live, but I absolutely love my privacy, everyone. So I've got Scorpio in my career house. I absolutely love my privacy. So I'm not quite sure yet, but these are the cards that are talking about the collective lessons from July the 1st to the 15th. So they're almost shocking in their accuracy, especially the Lenormand cards. The first card we pull is the cross, okay? So it's like being this collective dark night of the soul we've all been in. I think some of us, it's hit us in different ways. Some people's it's been financially, some people have gone through a bereavement, some people it's been the relationships. I find the cross, because it's with the World card, which is the completion of a cycle. The change has now happened, okay? And we are moving forward to a new chapter in the collective as the Fool talks. Do we have a process to get there? Absolutely. Okay. I think the cross has got a very, very important message for all of us though. And what the sky wants us to look at the moment astrologically, that if we all own our own piece of personal suffering, take full responsibility for our own lives, the suffering that we've gone through and the suffering that we cause other people, and purify that. That is where the change is going to come from, because we are the change we've been waiting for. It's not going to come from the outside. It's going to come from us as human beings, standing up, claiming our place in this world, purifying ourselves, clearing ourselves of our ancestor trauma, of the suffering that we've gone through. And that's how we become a master. That's how we become, that's what Saturn rules. That's why no one likes Saturn in the birth chart, because not many of us want to own the cross that we carry. Okay? But as we own the cross that we carry, just our little piece of the garden, nothing else. We don't have to take on the burdens of the whole wide world. Unless you choose to. Some people are here to work at a collective level, okay? So sorry, but at the end of the day, even those who work at a really, really big collective level, they need to be coming from a place within them that is whole, that is complete, or the changes that they make in the world is just causing more trauma, it's causing more wounding. This is the Master card, it's the Trump card, it's the ending of a cycle, and this ending of a cycle has obviously created great suffering for a lot of people, okay? We are leaving it behind, and then we're moving to the... I always get the boat as a 6, because the boat is a transition, and the 6s are all about moving away from chaos and conflict to peace, harmony and connection. We're going to enter into a period of connection. Venus has gone out of her shadow. She's moving back up into the night sky. Venus is our essential needs. It's a relatability. It's about our connections. The boat is moving from the cross to the clock. The message of the clock is about the process of evolution, that time waits for no man. And it's paired with the Fool card, which is a brand new cycle beginning to emerge, okay? The clock does ask us about how we are spending our most precious resource on this planet, which is our time. How are we spending our time? Are we spending our time in the Fool card? Which is spending our time in the Fool card is this great evolutionary energy that's definitely moving towards a new chapter. I guarantee you, everyone listening, that at a global level we are moving towards a new chapter. Okay? The Fool does not oppress other people. The Fool doesn't judge anyone. The Fool carries no karma. And it's so funny. It's really, really hard to look at the world at the moment and imagine an energy being that has no history, that's free to feel this energy and to move forward to fulfill its desires. But that's what the Fool is. And the clock is clear that we're entering into a whole new shift in time, and it's happening regardless if we decide to go with it or be the ones that try and not go with it. There's no judgment here, by the way, because it's all very, very, very much written in the hands of destiny anyhow. Okay? Now the middle cards are what we're about to go into. This talks about reconnection, and it's reconnection with the heart, reconnection with the child part of us. The child part of us is not a part of us that has gone anywhere. It's that part of us that seeks to heal the divide between us and other people. The child sees no differences. The child doesn't understand rich or poor, or male, female, or colours. It just sees other people and it sees this resonance. So the energy we're about to move into looks incredibly joyful and the potential to be incredibly light. Can you give me one card that connects it? Look, we get another 6. We're in transition. The change has happened, guys, okay? The cut's been made. That's it. The final curtain has been drawn in how we once lived, and we're in this great transition now, okay? Now, we're going to the clock and the Fool card, which is all about new chapters. It's about the process of time. And it's also about the energy of anticipation. The Fool's this great anticipation card. He walks forward into the future. Yeah. And he never quite knows, as he jumps off the cliff, if he's going to fly or he's going to crash to the bottom. But he sort of goes anyhow. He goes forward to his future with this great sense of excitement. It's almost like that poem that I would rather take a risk and bloom than to stay in this little knot of suffering, repression, and my desire is to move forward anyhow. Now the clock also has an energy of patience, okay, because the next huge cycle, no great change is going to happen overnight. The cut's been made. But we're going to spend, I'm only trying to make it for the next couple of weeks, by the way, but this whole process is going to be a couple of years process, okay? But none of it, we can do it with the spirit of the Fool card. When we're in the spirit of almost prayer. So we're in this prayer of creating a better world for all human beings, for all sentient beings. The universe won't stop at anything until that is what happens in our globe. That is the vision we're going towards. And it's funny when we get cards like the Fool and the Cross, because what stops us living as the Cross is this collective, it's the collective hurt that we've all participated in. I participated in it. And that's what's going to have to be transformed before we enter into this beautiful energy of the Fool card. But time is not going to stop. This evolutionary process is not going to stop. So if we all begin to work at that level, where we envision a better world for all children, all people, and we hold a vision of it, can you imagine a world where people are not oppressed? You know, no people are oppressed. That is where this collective energy wants us to go as we move forward very, very much to Pluto going into Aquarius. Very much this age of Aquarius, which is the age of equality. And what you've got to start to imagine is we're going to be in a process of this great cleanup job. And the great cleanup job is going to be done on an individual level, and then in families, and then a collective level. Okay? But it's going to be one person at a time. Then it's going to be things like peaceful demonstrations where we all stand up together. But very much, if we all do an individual level, the whole world's going to change. I made this decision, it just came the other day, and it's very much the Bodhisattva vow. So the Bodhisattva vow is about taking this energy of transformation, that all beings are free from suffering. Yeah. And when we start to work at that energy, then we don't have fear about what we're going through at an individual level. We see all these toxins coming out, being purged. But if we're taking a vow of the Bodhisattva, of the spiritual warrior, our intention is to work for this energy of this brand new field of emanation that wants to come forward, this brand new field and this grand new, and we walk towards this collective level. We walk towards it as an individual and with each other. And this is a sort of message of what the universe wants for us, for all of us. Look, oh my gosh, that's actually, then we're going to this 4-leaf clover. But we can only do it when we do it for the benefit of all, not the benefit of ourselves, but the benefit of the all. That's what white magic is, by the way. And we're coming through this period of living in a world, you know, where there was so much suffering in a way. And a lot of us maybe, I mean, I definitely couldn't deal with it all. No one can. But there'll come a time when we can no longer look away from it. And that's really, really what we're walking. But it's going to come from the individual level. The cut has been made. That age with so much suffering is now coming to an end, and we're now in this great transition. Do I think it's going to be straightforward? No, not for the life of me. And I think the reason why I'm doing these readings is it's only going to get hotter in the kitchen. But what we're going forward, because we're clearly going forward to another world. And for some of you, you've been doing so much psychological work. Look at the amount of purging. And that's where this new energy of possibilities and potentials is coming forward. It's almost like there's a carrot on a stick and I can almost smell it. Some new possibilities are pulling you forward. And it's a world based on these sixes, on connection, on community, on a different value system. Yeah? And the clock is clear that time is moving. The universe has the last say, not us, not the individual. We can either choose to merge with it or we can choose to resist it. No judgment. We resist something because of fear. And we all have fear. I too have fear. The Fool goes forward regardless of that fear. Owning it, taking responsibility for it, and going forward anyhow. So listen, that was my first one. I'm going to see, I might begin to do it astrologically, I don't know. But so much love to all of you, every single one of you. Just so much love. Bye.